What's up, fam? It's Miles from Miles. Welcome to Gig Life Driver. Hope you're in your subscription and a thumb Marino Upperino. What's going on, gang? Well, I just great mood today. It's my day off. Tomorrow's my day off. I'm gonna do maintenance on my bikes. Um, yeah, picked up a nail. It's always awesome to pick up a nail. The city I live in, our roads are garbage. I've mentioned this before. Anyways, had a great weekend. Dee like came in clutch. They threw oodles and oodles of peak pay offers, and it was great. I utilized as much as I could. I don't deliver at night, and too cold on the bike in the early morning for me. So, but I was lucky. I got caught. I caught 9:30 till 3. There was peak pay throughout that whole process. You know, they last like 9:30 to 11:30, and then 11:30 or whatever until or 12 until 2 and whatever. So yeah, it was great. Made great money. It was busy. Felt like, kind of felt like before the election. That kind of busy, but the money was there. But I know I did the math and taking all the peak pay out, it would have been pretty much my average week. But that's okay. I'm happy. Thank you, Dee, for doing that. Appreciate that very much, especially for us daytime drivers, because most of the peak pays are usually at night, late night, early morning, stuff like that. Those are great, like early morning ones, like at 7:30 in the morning. Well, that's not early, but they go through like the morning, 1:30 in the morning until 3:30 and so on. But like the 7:30 in the morning in the summers are great because it gets really hot here. So I usually do those, I'll do like 7:30 morning um, until I can last. Usually I'm set up until 2 p.m., but like I said, it gets really hot here. But yeah, great week. I'm excited. I hope you guys had a good week. I hope they threw peak pay at you guys. Yeah, it was cool. There's an update on the immigrants in my marketplace. We got a whole bunch of new faces. Um, one of one of the guys I befriended, he's still around. I see him not as often, but I do see him occasionally. One of the other scooter, well, I should say one of the other two wheelers that rides a scooter. He had disappeared for a while, but he's back. He usually starts later in the afternoon, works into the evening. And then there was a couple new older men, older than me. Um, One was riding a bike. One had an electric bike with a trailer, pulling a trailer. Didn't really say much, so I knew that they were immigrants. I spoke to them, but they just kind of minded their own business. That tells me a lot as well. There's a young lady pregnant with a little baby. Um, she's also doesn't speak any English, and they're all, from what I'm gathering, they seem to most of them are coming in from all over, all over out of country. But anyways, it's interesting to see the rotation of the immigrants coming through. They're undocumented, of course, and the majority of them are. That's why they keep to themselves, and they don't speak any English. So a lot of them don't speak any English. Some speak some English. I met one guy that was super cool guy. His English was like slang everything. Like I was, wow, okay, what up, bro? I'm here for you. But yeah, so interesting to watch the rotation. But other than that, nothing else to report. It's been fun. Been doing a lot. I'm curious to see how Christmas break will start do today. Today coming up. The last final for the college students is December 15th. I am curious to see, and they come back January 15th. I'm curious to see what happens in the market from December 15th to January 15th. I am looking to get a W-2 job. I might have an opportunity for a job working at my local Circle K. I'm fine with that. It'd be cool. I know everybody there. I buy my gas there every morning before I go to work, or I get air in my tires before I take off on my bike, whatever the case may be. But it's in my neighborhood. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited for it. I'm already. We'll see what happens. Turned in my application. Now I just gotta wait for a call and hopefully an interview, and then I'm sure whatever else needs to be done. But yeah, it'll be cool. I'm excited. But other than that, gang, everything's real well. And one thing also too that I noticed, I forgot I wanted to mention. Some restaurants are just crap. Like just crap. Like there's three restaurants that are owned by the same family. And I remember the first one when it opened, it started in a little tiny house. And I was in college here when they started. And now there's this big, bar. I don't know if they still have the club upstairs. I'm sure they do, but it's a bar restaurant. But God, man, their kitchen is slow as hell. Slow as hell. There won't be hardly anybody in that restaurant. Maybe like 3 tables, maybe 4, and they can't even get a burger and fries out in a decent amount of time. I ended up, most of the majority of the time, I'll say once was ready when I went and picked it up, and the second time I went, it was it didn't take a whole long time. I'm an avid football fan, not American football, yes, but I'm talking soccer. I'm an avid football fan, and so they had football. It was a Sunday, so I'm like, yeah, whatever. Take your time. I'm watching football. Leave me the fuck alone. So I didn't really care. It didn't matter how long it took, but they are really slow. Their second restaurant, this is like bar food, Americana, tacos, burgers, stuff like that. Fried chicken fingers, wings, that kind of stuff, bar food. But their second restaurant is Italian, and they're a bit better, than the first one I just talked about. They're a bit better in their kitchen. Guys, you got to understand, I'm a former executive chef. I know how long a lot of things take to cook, and I can see, just by the occupants in the restaurant, if it accordingly, you know what I mean? If it's busy or not busy or whatever. So anyways, this place is hit or miss. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. And then it's an Italian joint. And I picked up there a couple times, and all the hostesses are super cute and super nice, and they like chatting with the old man, so time goes by real quick, so it's no big deal, like having to wait. And I just don't like the first one. I don't like the people at the first one, most of them. There's a lot of them, they're cool, but the majority I don't really care for. They just got tooed. So I gave it back. No cussing, no nothing, just same kind of vocal patterns as they're delivering to me, I deliver back. But the second one's nice, not too bad, nice place. I picked there a couple of times. One time they were really busy and I hated bothering the manager. I was like, hey man, I don't mean to bother you. I'm like, but I'm just worried about your customer. And you know what I mean? He's like, yeah. I'm like, I'm an former executive chef. I totally understand the restaurant industry. I get it. But again, it's not about me. I'm worrying about your customer. And he was, okay. He's like, yeah, let me check. I'm sorry about that. I'm like, no, I don't mean to be sorry. Again, it's not about me. It's about your customer. And so he went and he made it happen. He got the order because I was there 15 minutes. And, come on. As drivers, time is money, in our business. So, but I practice a lot of patience. That's just kind of my personality. And I already had a really good day that day. For the first hour, I already had catering and, so it was a really good day. I think my first hour, I made $45 that first hour of that day. So it was no big deal waiting. So I got the food out and got it to the customer, no worries. And it was hot, so it wasn't like it was sitting. It was hot, so that's always good. And then the third place is more Mexican, Mexican seafood, kind of got the vibe of hanging out in the restaurant on the beach and Mazatlan or Cabo or Rocky Point, something like that. And they're fast, on the ball. Boom, 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 boom. Just, you go, and you may be 9 minutes before you're supposed to pick up, like I was yesterday or the day before. And I walk in, they're like, hey, how's it going, man? I'm just here to pick up so-and-so, and I show it. And they're, oh, okay. They went in the kitchen and brought it right back. And I'm like, it was ready. We just got ready. I'm like, oh, cool, thank you. I was early. I didn't mean to rush anybody. He's like, no, 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 we got you covered, man. I'm like, okay. And they weren't real busy. See, that restaurant, when they're not real busy, they're just moving. And when they're busy, they're hustling even harder. They like to be busy. I've talked to many of the employees there. They're stoked when it's super busy. Time goes by faster and they just move. Boom, 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 boom. And that including us, the food delivery people that are picking up food, they include us into that busy so that everything's coming out on time, ready to go. So if I was to rate these three restaurants, it'd be the Mexican influence, like by the sea restaurant number one, the Italian restaurant number two, and then the bar food type brewery place number three. And and it's for the third one, it's sad for their customers. And being a former executive chef, like I want things out of the kitchen on time and to the customers. It doesn't matter if you're eating in or you're taking out or you're having it delivered. So that's one thing I've noticed in my marketplace. For the most part, everybody else is real cool. Like, a lot of people don't like going to Wendy's. My Wendy's I pick up from, they're top notch, man. They're ready. It's ready. Every time I get there, it's ready. Just came out. Boom. There's one cafe restaurant called Geronimo's. And if you're in the Tucson area, come check out Geronimo's or 806 East University in the University Town Square area. They have great food. Great food. Middle Eastern, breakfast, different types of Americana, like just a mishmash. Desserts, just a mishmash of great food. Their main focus is Arabic food, but they have all this other. I've eaten there so many times. My friends own it. It's just amazing. So every time I pick up an order from there, they know that I'm okay. They're fast. My buddy Mufasa cooks like a whirlwind. He's a champion status. Legend, for sure. And every time they see me coming, they see on the app who's coming to pick it up, and they see it's me. He likes to wait until I get there because he knows I got they usually give me 7-8 minutes according with DoorDash what time the food should be picked up and be ready. So he waits till I get there because he knows I'm quick. As soon as I get the order, boom, I'm there. And I don't mess about. I don't sit him on my bike, hang out somewhere, and be like, oh, I got 9 minutes. For the first place I talked about, the bar food, I do that, actually, by the way, because yeah. But anyways, my buddy Geronimo's always on there because he knows I like to deliver their food fresh, super fresh, like right off the stove fresh. And I tell the customers, and that helps with me getting extra tips. Not every single customer that I deal with, letting them know that's going on, but the majority will throw in an extra $2 because they are getting hot, fresh, super ready, ready to eat, awesome food. So that's something to think about, drivers. Make some friends with some of the restaurants, and maybe they can do the same for you. And I know it's helping out my tip count goes up because I do that, and I care, about my customers. I care about the restaurants. I've said this before, all the restaurants love me, and I love everybody in the restaurants. It's great. They're all great folks. Like, I can go to Panera, and they won't even see it, the order. I'm there, and they're like, what is it? And I'll show it to them, and they're like, oh, okay. And they'll look at the list of stuff, and they're like, hold on, we're gonna bang that out for you, smiles. And I'm like, okay. And they'll put me ahead of everybody. There'll be other drivers there, and I walk in, and they just see me, oh, yeah, what smiles? I'm like, and I show them, okay. And if they have it, they push it to the top and do it for me. If it's not ready, they look at what the order is on my phone, and then they start making it. And by the time they get halfway through, it shows up on their end. They finish it up, boom, 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 and I'm out. So make some relationships with your restaurants, guys. If, a smile and a kind word is always a benefit, especially if you can associate with them working in a restaurant. Again, when I first started, I told everybody that I worked with, I understand. I used to be an executive chef. I know what it's like. Don't worry. I'm not, you know what I mean? And they're like, oh, okay. And then all of a sudden, I proved my worth with them, and now they're just like, none of them ask me to confirm because they know I'm going to confirm. They know I'm not up to anything stupid. You know what I mean? So I haven't been asked to confirm unless it's a new restaurant I've never been to. That's it. All the regulars I go to, they're just like, here you go. All right, later, guys. And I'll be walking out, hey, I got you covered. Okay, cool. And I take off. You know what I mean? So try to build up a repertoire with your restaurants. Try to build up a repertoire with your customers. I'm going to go buy a bunch of candy canes tomorrow. It's my day off tomorrow. Today I'm done for the day. I'm chilling at home. But I'm going to go and get a bunch of candy canes, and I'm going to staple or tape them to my bags, and just, just a little Christmas, Merry Christmas or a Happy Holiday gift. And yeah, just again, just building a little repertoire with my customer base. I deliver to a lot of the same people. I recognize that they recognize me. New people, I'm always very kind to everybody. If it's a hand to me, I don't even care if it's a tip or not. I'm still kind to them. I may share with them, like, this is what happens, this is what we get, blah, 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 blah. I do understand what you're putting out on your end. And they're like, oh, okay. And the next time I deliver to them, there's a tip, So, just like I said, just try to build a relationship with your customers. Build a relationship with the providers, your restaurants that you pick up from. Yeah. Even if they're salty, just bomb them with kindness. Peace be with the journey, brothers and sisters. Happy holidays to everybody, each and everybody out there. Hope you guys have a safe holiday season.